I'm Evelyn.
I'm Rod.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Newhope Habitats.
We're building a prototype that can revolutionize disaster response worldwide and rebuild communities. Whatever the disaster is that you're trying to respond to, whether it's 20 million affected in Pakistani floods, or 1 million people homeless in the Haiti earthquake, or 275,000 people homeless in Hurricane Katrina right here in the United States, what we're missing is a rapidly deployable, adaptable, and sustainable response package that can be inventoried against future disaster. And that's what we've done here. Not only can we inventory this and use it in a rapid deployment in the now, next, and later scheme of things, but everything that's in this package gets repurposed. The core itself is designed to be the core of a home, a modern home, and it gets reused. The fabric structure is very durable and can be reused as well. Everything that's in this package gets reused, nothing gets wasted. This is a great vision. It's one where disaster response is no longer inadequate and where people are no longer sleeping in the mud 6 months after an earthquake or months after a flood. It's one where we can respond to the needs of people quickly and efficiently and in a way that really meets their needs where they're at. And just imagine if it was you that was without a home or without a place to sleep or without a roof over your head. The Newhope Habitat model is called the NNL model. That stands for now, next, and later. The reason we call it that is because it features a disaster response that becomes a transitional shelter that then eventually becomes permanent homes or facilities such as schools, hospitals. The way we do this is this core right here is the center part of a house. It contains all the utilities, plumbing, electric, everything that's necessary to build a house. But that part is prefabricated, which lowers the overall cost of production of a home. And important in third world countries or in disaster response, the technical requirements to build. And it's important to note, and you can see from the angle of the tent itself, that we do something very different than typical fabric structures. We've inverted the frame so that it captures water. And a lot of the problems that we have in disaster response is that the rain is shed out, creating mud, creating problems with sanitation, disease. What we've done is reverse that process. We take the rain that comes down and we channel it into the center, and in this depression right here, this rain pan basically we call that, there's about 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of sand that functions as a filtration media, and it also functions as a weight so that when you get high wind the shelter is more stabilized. Plus we can lower the outriggers down and create a more wind resistant shape in terms of hurricanes or high wind situations, and there's also a strap that goes around it to batten it down and make it even stronger.
We have several different designs and ideas on how we can use the NNL core as a building component for a disaster relief shelter, to a medical unit, to a home, to an office building, to a school. Primary focus of this prototype is the medical response unit. So as a disaster relief structure, which is what is shown here, this sleeps 22 people on cots. Or this unit as a building component with other units can assemble to make a field hospital, can respond as a medical clinic by itself, be different types of adaptive response for nursing staff, or just that needed medical care in field.
The NNL can be delivered in shipping containers, or alternatively, wheels can be applied to the outside of the core, letting it basically become a trailer.
Its own wheelbarrow.
Some of the key design features in this that we started out with were if we did go into a country or a disaster arena where there was only aggregate or labor were the only natural resources that were left that were usable, everything has to be contained. So the unit has to be entirely self-contained, and it is. We include everything that's needed to build, including the posts for a post and pier foundation. And you can see the concrete here. The concrete's included. The fabric structure that gets built afterwards is included. And it expands two ways. So the unit expands, when it comes out of the shipping container, it expands horizontally as well as vertically. That's why we're able to get it down into the shipping container. But it still contains all the major components to become a transitional shelter, and ultimately a permanent shelter can also be included in that.
Which goes back to the now, next, and later, because it delivers ready for now, and it can adapt into what's needed next. And because of what it is, just at the core of it, and then it becomes whatever is best suited later for building construction. We have a great team.
Come be a part of it.
I got the only part of it.
Whatever the kind of... Would you stop it?
I'm sorry.
You're like making faces at me.